Year 2, welcome to your English for today. It is Friday the 5th of February 2021 and in today's lesson we are going to be putting all that we've learnt about instructions into practice and we are going to write our own set of instructions. Okay, our handwriting to start us off. If you are in the spelling bees group, I would like you to practice this word you'll. It's a contraction of the two words you and will, and I'd like you to practice writing that for me, you'll. I'd like you to practice writing it 3 times on the handwriting lines provided or on some lines if you are using lined paper. If you are in the Wise Owls group, I would also like you to practice this word, cake. You are looking at the A make a cake sound. So, spelling bees or Wise Owls, choose your spelling now and have a go at writing that word 3 times either on the handwriting lines provided or some lined paper. Now remember, if you are using the handwriting lines provided, can you make sure that your letters sit on exactly the same lines that mine do? Here is your starter for English this morning. Now, what I would like you to do is look at the words in the table and I'd like you to make them into their contracted form. So from their long word into their short word, from their long form into their contracted form. There's one on the screen that's already been done for you. Does not becomes doesn't. Now, I don't want you to spend time drawing out this table, so instead what I would like you to do is pause the video here and just say what the word would become. So for example, if I was looking at the second one, will not, I know that that becomes won't. They have becomes they've. So rather than writing them all down, just pause the video and just have a little chat out loud as to what those 2 words would become. Okay, if you've got a grown-up there to help you out, you could just tell them. If you're working in the classroom, we can just say them out loud, and if you're working independently, then you could just say them out loud, just for an idea that you know, if you've got the long words, what you could contract it to. Okay, pause the video, off you go. Now in today's lesson, the video is going to be very short, and the reason why the video is going to be very short is because we've spent the whole week learning about features of instructions, and we've spent the whole week thinking about what needs to be included in a set of instructions. And today we're going to write our instructions, and they're going to be about how to be a superhero. I'm going to show you my instructions that I've created, and we'll read them together. Then what I would like you to do is write your own. It would be really helpful now if you could go and find your worksheet from yesterday. You are going to need your worksheet from yesterday to help you with today's job. So if you can, have yesterday's work in front of you, and if you can print out the worksheet for today, have that in front of you too. If you're not printing out the worksheet, just grab yourself some paper and a pencil, everything that you need to be prepared for today's lesson. Hopefully you have everything you need now in front of you. I just wanted to share with you what a good one looks like. These are the instructions that I've written about my superhero Victorious Violet, and my title is at the top here. It's How to Save the World and Still Be Home for Dinner. That's the title of my instructions. And then on the left hand side, I have listed all the things that you need to be my superhero. You will need a sprinkle of courage, a dollop of kindness, a pocketful of patience, 3 spoonfuls of honesty, 2 cups of love, 1 tablespoon of helpfulness and 1 cup of loyalty. That means that you're really trustworthy to your friends. They are all of the things that my superhero needs, or all of the things that I think are important to be a superhero. Underneath, I've written my steps. Now, I'm going to read them to you in a second, but what I would like you to do is take notice of all of the red words. The red words are time conjunctions. They tell us when the instruction is happening. The words in green are all imperative verbs, bossy verbs, verbs that are telling us what to do. I'm going to read through the steps now and you can follow along with me. This worksheet is also on Teams, so if you wanted to print out my example, you can do, but hopefully you can just see it on the screen now. Here are the steps. First, listen to anyone in danger and use your impressive sprinkle of courage to face your fears. After that, use your dollop of kindness to offer to do kind things for others without them knowing it was you. Then, make sure that you have a pocket full of patience at all times. Use it in times of trouble and do not panic. Next, keep honest at all times, be brave and always do what is right. Once in a while, spread love wherever you go and always choose kind. Finally, use your helpfulness and loyalty to save the world, complete missions and help anyone who needs it. You are a superhero after all. Actually, I think those instructions, I think most of you guys follow those every day. I actually think all of you are superheroes. Now, that's my example of the instructions. In the instructions, there are 3 things that I need you to remember to include. You need to include time conjunctions, words that tell us when something is happening. You need to also include imperative verbs, bossy verbs that command us to do that instruction. And the third and final thing that I'd like you to remember to use are some interesting adjectives. On Microsoft Teams, I've also attached that word map from yesterday's lesson that had all of those amazing adjectives in as well. So if you wanted to, whilst you're writing, you could open that up and have a little look at it, or you could print it out if you've got a printer. It is now over to you. I told you that today's English video was going to be short and sweet because what's important now is that you put your skills from this week into practice. And I really want to see some creative instructions. Now, if you're wondering what the box is for here, that's for your diagram. So you could draw the picture of your superhero on top of the world. You could draw a picture of your superhero and label them. It's your diagram, it's up to you. You will need to fill in the title first, then the you will need section, and then the steps. Last week, when we had completed our fact files about our superheroes, I posted some onto the school's Facebook and Twitter page. Maybe if your writing is super impressive this week, your writing could be on there too.